Thank you so much. I'm your brother, Regret. You see, BVAS truly is a game changer. BVAS works. BVAS is very much effective in checkmating rigging, but only on one condition. If you have men with established identity, men with a sense of personal worth and value, men of tremendous integrity, men of sound character, men that refuse to be compromised. If you have them handling BVAS, then you discover that BVAS indeed is a game changer. But when you have the like of Yakubu Muhammad, it's as if BVAS failed. No, BVAS did not. BVAS worked. How do you explain a situation whereby accredited voters 7,000, but to help PDP to win the governorship election in Enugu State, from that controversial local government, with 7,000 accredited voters, PDP was allocated 16,000 votes. And INEC knew with that number, they will win. As at that time, Labour Party was leading with over 12,000 votes. So, how can the number of accredited voters, you already know it, to be 7,000, how can the vote cast be over 200% above the number of accredited voters? That is the problem with questionable characters handling BVAS. It's as if BVAS did not work. What do you say of what happened in Abia State when the sitting governor was trying to use one local government to win the election for PDP? Accredited voters by BVAS, just about 28,000. Actual votes, which PDP was claiming, which the INEC turning officer brought from that local government, was reading over 100,000. Ordinarily, everybody should know the number of votes cast must not exceed the number of accredited voters. INEC already should know that under no circumstances whatsoever would the number of votes cast exceed the number of accredited voters. But not when Yakubu is in charge. No. As long as character and learning is lacking, anything can work. Anything will. You just see figures cooked up. And after election, hundreds of people will rush to the court. After election, Nigeria will be like a graveyard. People will be mourning. Because the like of Yakubu have done the unthinkable. And the like of Tinubu are celebrating when Nigerians are mourning. That's why when you declare the outcome of an election, you see women strip themselves naked, protesting. It's Yakubu and his co-conspirators. BVAS worked. As long as you have questionable character that will not insist that, look, number of votes cast cannot exceed the number of accredited voters, it will be as if BVAS failed. BVAS is very much effective and indeed a game changer. In some places, INEC knew that BVAS was not used. So if BVAS was not used, whatever was done in that particular polling booth or ward should be cancelled. Another election conducted, and BVAS must be used. And the number of votes cast must not exceed the number of accredited voters. These things are common sense provisions, which ordinarily everybody should know. But you see governors, crude and barbaric, wicked governors, manipulating INEC, inducing them, and you then see BVAS figure ignored. and inflated figures cooked up to give a preferred candidate who must have settled victory, then the people will begin to mourn. Of a truth, BVAS is a game changer. But the individual handling BVAS must be of tremendous integrity. If a criminal handles BVAS, he will ignore the figure in the BVAS and cook up figure and use it to give anybody victory. Let me give you an example. There's a local government in Imo State during the March 18 House of Assembly election. Actual number of accredited voters by BVAS, just 12,000. 12,000. Actual number of accredited voters. What does that tell you? Only 12,000 people voted. But you know what? The APC candidate got 79,000 votes. That is election under Yakubu Mahmoud. You can't give what you do not have. If you are not trained in learning, you are not trained in character, forget it. Crude and barbaric. Everything will be faulty. Everything will be shameful. People will bow their heads in shame and say, what is happening? INEC wasted close to 400 billion naira. Wasted it to conduct a fraudulent election. Criminal act. I said one example of one local government. Actual number of votes by BVAS, 12,000. APC candidate, one party, 79,000 votes. Where did you get 79,000 votes? When BVAS said number of accredited voters, 12,000. BVAS is a game changer. But when handled by criminal elements, it's as if BVAS failed. No, BVAS indeed worked in 2023 general election. Any way it was used, strictly used, BVAS worked. Those who rigged the election know they rigged it. But can the judiciary grant justice? God save Nigeria. That is my final take. God save Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you.